What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at my Jakks Pacific Wrestling Collection Part 6. Now this might be the final Jakks Pacific Collection video. There's only like probably a handful, maybe 20 guys that I don't have, not including classic superstars, of course. I tried to get as many as I didn't have before. I did get a lot of characters, or superstars I guess, that I already have, but in different attires, different outfits. But yeah, this might be the last Jakks video, unless I come up, like, unless I find a lot that's really cheap, or they're not like super played with or something, but they're not really as easy to find as they were a couple of years back. So, and they're kind of going up in price, and people are asking a lot for them, and a lot of these I got for a decent price, but some of them I did have to overpay. But that's just that's the collecting game, right? Whoever's close to you, around where you live and whatnot, if you can get them, right? So we are going to start off with 3 inbox figures that I'm just going to tear open and take a quick look at. The first being Ruthless Aggression Series 22 Kurt Angle. Now, I actually wanted to get this signed by Kurt Angle at Comic-Con in Niagara Falls a few years back, but I didn't end up bringing it. The box is kind of falling apart, so I just thought it wasn't really worth it for him to sign it. And it was a good thing too, because his line was freaking huge, man. There was so many people waiting in line to meet Kurt Angle. Just would have took forever. So yeah, let's just rip this guy open. It's a great looking figure. I think I got this at a flea market. Actually, yeah, let's take a look at the back here and see who's on the back of the packaging. There's Kurt there, Tori Wilson, Victoria. You might see this guy later on. Nikki, Matt Stryker, maybe too. And we got some Ring Rage down here. Lita, Taker, Big Show, Mysterio, Psychosis, Edge, and HBK. We do have this Rey Mysterio, I believe, and maybe this Undertaker, if it's the super short one. But yeah, Ruthless Aggression Series 22 and Ring Rage Series 22.5. Very nice. This figure's actually been on my wall for a bit now. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with the belt. As you can see, it says Chase the Belt. Some of these figures had belts in the packaging. He does come with his gold medal, which just says WWE.com on it. But I guess they couldn't get the rights for the Olympic logo. Throw that to the side. Here is Kurt out of the packaging. And I did get this used, so you never know. It could have been a reseal, right? So he does have some marks on his back. He is kind of shaken. Definitely a reseal. So, buddy at the flea market, you kind of suck. I did kind of think it was a reseal because he is missing some paint right there. But yeah, you know, I didn't pay much for it. But it is a cool look for Kurt. We are going to throw his Olympic medal over his neck here. He does have a little bit of hair too on the back, which is kind of cool. I guess this is like 2006 Kurt Angle, right before he left TNA. But yeah, not bad, Kurt. Definitely a reseal. Like, figures aren't shaking with that sound if they haven't been opened and played with, right? So screw that guy, whoever that guy was, at the flea market there. So there's Kurt, first guy. We're gonna just start piling him up over here. Next, we're gonna bring out the next inbox figure, which I got for a steal. As you can see there, we got Randy Orton, Ruthless Aggression Series 32. I got it for $10 at a recent toy show. I just thought this face scan looked good. Good body type on him. And yeah, there was a couple Batistas too, I think, from the same line. Maybe not the same series. But I felt like I didn't need another Batista. I have so many Batistas. So yeah, here's Randy, another Chase the Belt edition. Comes with the chair. Let's rip them open. Take a closer look. $10. If you can find Jakks figures for $10 in the box, that's like perfect. That's like how much they were at the time when they were released, right? So that's always good. Comes with the black steel chair. Very nice. Always nice to have more chairs. here is Randy out of the packaging, looking nice. One of the better Randy Orton Jakks figures, I think. His first releases kind of have that long hair with the open mouth, and they went to that like smiling, spiky haired look, which was okay, but I just kind of felt he looked a little derpy. But this one looks more like Legend Killer Randy Orton, you know, just badass looking figure. Yeah, very happy to have this in the collection. Tattoos look good. Yeah, not a bad figure at all. Randy Orton, the black trunks, the silver knee pads. Decent looking Randy Orton there. Happy to add him to the collection. Let's put the chair over here. And the last figure we're going to open is this awesome Crash Holly SmackDown WWF figure. I think this and one other figure he only had in Jakks. He might have had a Bone Cruncher, but yeah, it's almost a shame to open this because it's so cool, and he's a wrestler that's now deceased, unfortunately. Rest in peace. But yeah, great looking scan on him. Let's take him out of the box. But first, we're gonna look at the back here, the other guys in the set. Another one I don't have actually in the collection is Grandmaster Sexay. Would love to get him, but he unfortunately goes for a lot in package and kind of goes for a lot loose too. People kind of ask for a lot, and it's really rare to find him loose with his glasses and his hat and everything. So that's one we'll try to get in the future, but you know, I'm not holding my breath. I did find something kind of funny about this packaging though, where it shows the real scan there. They're showing off the Rock, and it's like before they added hair to the figure, which I found was funny because, you know, that's what he looks like now. So very cool, very interesting little Easter egg there, I guess. But yeah, let's rip open Crash out of the packaging. We're definitely keeping this SmackDown logo if that's a separate piece of cardboard, because that's cool. But yeah, here we go. Let's rip Crash out of this packaging. Awesome packaging too. Jakks knew how to do great packaging back then. Let's take the SmackDown logo. It's not a sticker, is it? No, it's just cardboard. Very cool though. We'll keep that up here. And let's take Crash out of here. Now, I might have said these were tights. I don't remember. But when I say tights, I mean trunks. When I say trunks, I mean tights. You know, same shit, whatever. So if anyone's gonna be anal about that. What does Crash come with here? He comes with a hat. He always came to the ring with a hat. He does come with the Hardcore Championship belt, which is pretty cool. I don't think I have a Jakks Hardcore belt, so that's very nice to have. It is in the package like this, so it's really warped. So you might just need to get some heat and heat that up, and then maybe if you just put it around his waist, it'll eventually just form nicely. But very cool accessory. We're going to try and put this hat on Crash. Another cool thing about this Crash figure is he has like a unique pose. Like no other Jakks figure came with this articulation in the arm like that. It's just so he can do that pose where he puts his hand on his chin, which is really cool. And I did look up this figure before I did this video because I did notice he has like this weird red outline around his hair. And it's kind of like all around his hair, and I thought it was maybe another reseal I got, but all the figures I looked up online look like that, so I guess it's just maybe a design choice for the hair color. I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe they wanted to make him look more red hairish, but very cool. The hat fits on him decently. I think he used to wear it backwards, so that's cool. It's awesome to have Crash Holly into the collection because he is a legend, and he was definitely gone way too soon. Doesn't have the Titantron piece on the bottom, but yeah, just awesome to have Crash Holly. Definitely one I was after, and I got for a decent price. I paid 20 bucks for this, so not a bad price, but his hat's just gonna fall off, so I'll put that to the side. But yeah, there's Crash Holly, looking good. Move on to the next one. Now we're getting into the Lucy's. And we're going to start off with figures. If you guys have seen on my channel, I've reviewed them already, so I'm not going to take too long. But I just wanted to include them into these videos because I include all my Jakks figures into these collection videos. So here is Mick Foley from the 2-pack with The Rock. Rock and Sock when Rock saved him from La Resistance. He's just really Mick Foley in a suit with a microphone. Basic looking figure, but not a bad figure. Great head scan. Mick Foley and The Rock from that 2-pack as well. How's Your Lips shirt, because they're gonna get slapped off your face. Just an amazing figure, one I always wanted. I now have 2 of these, one loose, one in box. The box one, of course, is signed by Mick Foley. Great Rock bull tattoo, great tribal tattoo there. I am going to put him up here just because I don't want any figures sitting on him to ruin the letters on his shirt. So he is going to go in a different pile up here just to stay away from all the rest. And another one that's going to go up there and stay away is this Rock. I guess you can call it a concert Rock. He did come with this guitar, which is very nice. His tribal tattoo, unfortunately, is a little whack and does not look like his real tattoo. And he does not have his bull tattoo, which is really weird, but I needed to get this figure. It was one I always wanted. Yeah, The Rock. Heel Rock. What a run he had this year at WrestleMania, man. Just him and Cody. What a great feud. Next up, we are going to bring Rey Mysterio. This is a backstage looking Rey Mysterio, I guess. All black mask. I think I paid $5 for this one. It's not bad. It was just a different look for Rey. You can't have too many Reys. Fortunately, he does have a little bit of like stainage on his crotch area. His pants are like kind of turning green. Could have just been left out in the sun or something. Who knows? But not a bad Rey. Decent. Next up, we got one that I actually used to have, and I accidentally traded it, or I just didn't care at the time because I didn't really know who he was. But the more I got older, the more I went back and watched, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I need this guy in my collection. Matt Morgan. One of the first Jakks figures I got back in the day, but I ended up trading it. But I now have him back in the collection, so I'm happy to have Matt Morgan back. Pretty big dude, honestly. Not a bad figure. Next up, we got, I think, I want to say his name's Jake or Jesse. I looked this up when I bought it. I didn't know who the heck he was. I thought it was a Basham brother, but I was like, no, it's not a Basham brother. He's too big. But yeah, I think this is Jake or Jesse. Let me know in the comments. I think it's Jesse, but I'm not sure. I only have him, so I don't have the other one to know the difference. But there is Jesse, another guy that didn't have a long run in that Ruthless Aggression era. Another one we got here is Lance Cade, or Garrison Cade. Lance Cade, I think it was, though. I believe this is from a 2-pack with Trevor Murdoch. Unfortunately, I don't have Trevor Murdoch, spoiler alert. Sorry if you were looking to see him, but I am still after him if I ever see him. But yeah, great figure. Looks a lot like him. Sucks the skin's going through there, the shirts, because that should have been, it makes it look like he's just wearing sleeves and a vest. But, decent figure. Definitely got to have him in the collection. Another one that left us too soon. Rest in peace, Lance Cade. I am still a little sick, so sorry if I cough a little bit. Next up is another one I traded a few years back that I wish I never did. Especially after getting that Evolution 3-pack with them all in suits. Now I got Batista wearing his dress shirt and a microphone. Very nice Batista. One I got when I was a kid. It was the only Batista I had for a while until I got that deluxe, which is amazing. But yeah, you gotta have a nice Batista in casual wear here, because he did show up to Raw in nice suits and whatnot, or SmackDown. So very nice Batista. Great to have him back in the collection. Next up, we got an old Jakks Taz here. Unfortunately, from the picture, I couldn't tell his hair was a little scraped off. He does have that mohawk, but it's a little faded. But it's just for, it was only $5, so it's just nice to have a Taz in the suit for commentary. You can throw him on at the commentary table with Michael Cole, which I don't have, or JR or the King. So nice little Taz there in a suit. Next up, we got Mr. John Cena wearing gloves, lugs, jeans, and a shirt. Don't know what series this is from. want to say, I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say this is in a 2-pack with Eddie for the Parking Lot Brawl, which Mattel is actually re-releasing in a 4-pack with Austin and Booker for a SmackDown set, which is pretty cool. Yeah, the lugs look nice. I mean, it's probably just regular shoes, just painted to the lug color. But yeah, let me know in the comments if this is from the 2-pack with Eddie, because I'm not too sure. Looks good. He was in good shape. It's a different look for Cena, so I figured I would grab it. Not bad. Next up, we got that Rey Mysterio from the back of that Kurt Angle box. Another one I got from a buddy of mine. Very nice Rey. I don't know what they did with his feet later on in the Rays. They like made them really small. He still stands nice though. So, but yeah, you can never have too much Rays. Definitely a different look. It's got some shiny metallic pants and mask. Very cool. He's got the Mexican tat on his stomach there. Yeah, nice looking Rey, man. Very nice. Next up, we got one that's kind of rough, really loosey-goosey. Vladimir Kozlov, I believe this is. Didn't really watch him wrestle too much. I kind of, here and there, I would see him on TV. I wasn't really watching around that time, but yeah, just a loosey-goosey, but he's somebody we didn't have. He was only $5. Yeah, Vladimir. Don't really know too much about him. Next, we have another one I don't know the name of. I just know he is a Highlander, and I do have the other Highlander. So we now have both Highlanders. Unfortunately, don't have the skirts. But yeah, let me know in the comments what this guy's name is too. I don't remember any of their names. But another one I didn't have, so I figured I'd throw them in the collection. Another one I only paid $5 for, so there is one of the Highlanders. Next up, we got Tyson Kidd, which is a decent figure. He's kind of tall, but yeah, another one I didn't have in the collection, so another one I paid $5 for. He's got that whack haircut. I don't know. It's like an alternate take on the Ronaldo 2002 haircut. Or, yeah, I don't know. But decent figure. He's, I believe he's writing for WWE, or he's doing something backstage for WWE these days. He's got a smoking hot wife, so good for him, man. Next up, we got a Titantron Edge. Very decent Titantron Edge. Unfortunately, he is a little stained or dirty there. I have to give him a little fig bath. But yeah, decent figure. I believe he came in a 3-pack with Hogan and Kurt Angle. Hairpiece Kurt Angle. Unfortunately, I do not have it. I tried to get it. My buddy wouldn't sell it to me. If he's watching this, he knows. But yeah, decent Edge Titantron there. Very decent. Next up, I did actually fig bath most of these. I'm surprised. That one was in a box, so I figured I didn't need to do that, but I guess I still had to. But next up, we got JTG from Crime Time. He's got the bullet holes in the pants. Very cool. His face is a little beat up, unfortunately. You can kind of tell there. It's hard to tell when you're buying figs. You have to really be thorough with the buyer or with the seller of how good condition they are. Sometimes they just tell you that they're decent, but you don't really know what that is until you get them in hand. But still a decent, like it's not horrible, right? It's in the collection now, so he's here to stay. JTG. Another one we got here is another newcomer in the collection. Another one I was happy to get. Sylvain Grenier from La Resistance. He does have those weird non-bendable arms, which they did a few times for figures. I believe a Kurt Angle. I have a Kurt Angle like that. And I believe a Luther Reigns came like that. Probably a few others I can't think of, but definitely needed to get Sylvain. I have Rob. I have Renee. You need to have the third member of La Resistance. And I believe this is his only figure, so very happy to add this guy to the collection. Sylvain Grenier. Been seeing him on the Cafe de Renee here and there on YouTube. Check them out. Great podcast. Next up, we got Gregory Helms. Not the Hurricane. This is after his Hurricane gimmick here. Great figure, missing his knee pads. I believe he wore knee pads. But yeah, definitely had to get Gregory Helms. He was cool, cruiserweight champion. Very cool, decent figure. Happy to have him in the collection. Another one that we didn't have before that we now have is Mark Jindrak. So another new body in the collection. No knee pads. Again, a lot of these don't come with the knee pads, unfortunately, but I am going to hopefully find some. I'm going to ask the wrestling figure group if anyone has any Jakks knee pads that they don't need. I do have some buried away somewhere. I just have to get them. But yeah, Mark Jindrak, not bad. He definitely had to have him. He was a ruthless aggression guy. Reminds me of SmackDown vs. Raw 06, big time. But yeah, there's Mark Jindrak. Next up, we got the Pirate, Paul Burchill. This was a 2-pack, I believe, with William Regal in red tights. Yeah, I'm happy to have him, at least with his shirt, too. Sometimes you just find them without the shirt, right? So it's nice to have him with the shirt. I don't really remember him too much. I just remember him just being like the pirate guy. So, yeah, decent figure. Nice to have the shirt. Nice to have Paul Burchill, another new guy, new guy in the collection. So, happy for that. Next up, here we go. We got William Regal right here. This isn't the one he was 2-packed with, but decent William Regal. He's in a nice blue shirt there. This is a good backstage William Regal, maybe commissioner if you wanted to play him as a commissioner. But decent William Regal. It's always nice to have wrestlers in the backstage outfits and stuff. If you want to do like a figure thing, what do they call them? I don't know. But yeah. Next up, another one I really wanted for so long, especially when I was a little kid. Goldberg. Yes. Goldberg, Ruthless Aggression. I don't know what series, but one I wanted so bad, man. Like when I was a little kid, all I had was that Toy Biz WCW Goldberg. Just wasn't good enough. Happy to have Goldberg in the collection now. He will definitely be a fronter when I set up all these figures one day. Him and Brock probably right beside each other. But there is Goldberg, looking good, man. Great figure. Next up, we have Classic Superstars, Razor Ramon. Unfortunately, doesn't have his knee pads or elbow pads, but still a great looking Classic Superstar. I'm always happy to add more Classic Superstars to the collection because I still have space on a shelf for them. So it looks like it's been kind of played with, but it's still in decent shape. Happy to have Razor to the collection. Hey, yo. Let's put him over to the side. Another one, another classic actually. Let's get this classic out too. Ken Shamrock. Awesome Ken Shamrock. He looks like, again, has been played with, but still in very good shape. Another one that I'm very happy to add to this style of figure. I did have a Bone Cruncher Ken Shamrock. It wasn't good enough, I mean, to play with in modern. Around this time, if you wanted Ken Shamrock in your Fig Fed, that's what I was trying to say earlier, Fig Fed. This would have been perfect, but yeah. I always liked him in the red, but I always preferred the blue. But still looks like a badass. The most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. Next up, we got Shad Gaspar, the other partner of JTG there, Crime Time. Unfortunately, another one that's left us too early. He's a hero. He saved his son from drowning. So rest in peace to Shad Gaspar. His figure is very nice. I like the style, the jeans there. Very good looking figure. Happy to have him in the collection. Next up, we have Stand Back. There's a Hurricane coming through. Very happy to have this Hurricane, man. I always wanted a Hurricane after I lost my original Titantron one with the ponytail. I never had a Hurricane since then in the Jakks collection, but very happy to add this one. This one's very cool. I'm happy he comes with the cape. Just a very nice Hurricane figure. He will definitely be displayed one day. Let's just say that. The Hurricane. Next up, we got Johnny Morrison, Johnny Nitro, Johnny Million Johnny names. Decent figure. I don't know why they chose this body type for him. I think he's just too bulky. I think he needed to be more slimmed down, like Sylvan here, or like Shamrock. But yeah, still a good looking figure. I think John Morrison's awesome. He's a great wrestler. Also one with a smoking hot wife. So there is John Morrison. I believe I've told my story about almost meeting him at a McDonald's drive-thru 100 times, so I'm not going to tell it again. Next up, we got somebody. It wasn't his fault. Gene Snitsky, a great looking figure. This one I got brand new, and I actually opened up right away just because I wanted to look at it and check him out. I should have saved it to open in this video, but I just had to open him up. But yeah, just a mint Gene Snitsky, which is weird that I'm just noticing now that he has painted on like knee pads down here, or like I guess it goes all the way to his boots. Never noticed that, but he does have knee pads too that cover that, so that is very cool. He still has his chin thing. He has a tattoo on the back. Very, very nice Gene Snitsky. What a story this guy had, man. Like, crazy. I did have a previous one with his shaved hair look and his no eyebrows and all that, but this is the Snitsky everybody remembers, man. Finally happy to add him to the collection. Next up, we have Matt Stryker. Another one I've been trying to get for a while. Unfortunately, another one that's kind of in rough shape. He's got some marks on his legs and a little bit on his back there. But yeah, another one that's, you know, a guy I didn't have before, so I'm happy to have him now. I believe he was like a teacher or something, turned wrestler. I don't know what he's doing these days. I want to say he's in like TNA or something, working behind the scenes or commentary. But yeah, not sure. There's Matt Stryker. Next up, we got this awesome Brock Lesnar, Unleashed F5 Fury. Backstage looking Brock Lesnar. Very cool. He did come with a belt when I bought this figure, so that's very cool. The only crappy thing is he doesn't have his arm tats. Jakks always skipped out on the tattoos sometimes just to save money, I guess. But very cool looking Brock Lesnar. My buddy Kyle back in the day had this figure, and I always wanted it. I think it came in a 2-pack. I just don't remember who it came with. Let me know in the comments who he came with, because I kind of want to know. Next, we have another Titantron. We got Perry Saturn. Very cool looking Perry Saturn. Another cool Titantron to have. I don't know if he ever got a Ruthless style figure. I don't think he did. But his chest is very tanned, and his arms and his head and legs aren't. But that's totally fine. Like I said, I think this is like one of the only Perry Saturn WWE, WWF figures that you could get. It does have the Titantron thing on the bottom, but I don't think it plays his music. But yeah, I think he's still alive. I just think he's off the grid and maybe battling addiction and whatnot. But, you know, hopefully he pulls through. Perry Saturn. What a character, man. What a character. It'd be cool to have a... Did he come with a mop or something? He used to come to the ring with a mop or a broomstick. I don't remember. But next up, we got another Titantron here. We got Just Incredible, man. One I always wanted for a while, of course, because he used to be Aldo Montoya, one of the only Portuguese wrestlers I can remember, off the top of my head at least. But yeah, ECW legend, came to WWE and just kind of didn't really do anything. He was in a tag team with X-Pac, X Factor, I believe. I think Albert was in that as well. Not too sure, I don't remember, but had to have Just Incredible. Very happy to add him to the collection. So there's Justin. Next up, we got another Titantron. A lot of Titantrons in this one. We got Steve Austin, man. This is a pretty cool Steve Austin. I just thought I didn't have a good Titantron Steve Austin, and this is probably one of the better ones you can get. He has his knee braces, his wrist tape is black and not white. I know a lot of them were white for some reason. Don't know why they did that. No skull on the back of the vest, unfortunately, but another one that came with, I think, a winged eagle or big eagle belt. I just didn't leave it on him. I put it in my storage bin or whatever. But yeah, very cool Austin to have. Very nice. Who do we got next here? We got another Johnny Nitro. This one in the white, which is great because this one matches with my Joey Mercury. So now we have both Eminem in the white pants to match. Unfortunately, his head is like always looking down, which is weird. I don't know. You can't really like lift it up. I don't know if that's like because it's glued on or if that's just the way the figure was. Let me know if you have this Johnny Nitro. Is your head the same? Is it always kind of looking down? I feel like Fit Finley's figures are like that too. But maybe it was just a time around when they released these figures that they all just looked like that. He's just looking down at something. But yeah, another Johnny Nitro. Very nice. Perfect body type. Like, that's the body they should have gave this one. But, you know, what are you going to do? Very cool. All right, next up, we got a classic superstar. We got Big John Studd. I think I only paid $5 for this as well at a toy show, maybe 10. Don't remember, but very cool. Another classic superstar to add to the classic shelf. Love the body hair on the guy. Very, very cool. He was one that, when I think of LJN figures, him, Hogan, Junkyard Dog, and like George Animal Steel are like the first that come to mind because they're like the only ones I ever saw as a kid by the dog kennel, because most of them were used as dog toys eventually. But yeah, very cool. Big John Studd, classic superstar. We're actually going to put him up here because he's in very nice shape. Next up, we got one of the Bashams. I'm going to go out and say it's Danny Basham. I don't think it's Doug. I think Doug had a different kind of facial hair, or maybe no facial hair. So I'm going to go and say this is Danny Basham. So unfortunately, Doug is not in this video. I do need Doug. So I'm on the hunt for Doug in the same attire. I believe this is from a 2-pack. So yeah, there's Danny Basham. Next, we have another Rey Mysterio to add to the collection. A very nice one in the green, actually. Really like this look. His tattoos are a little darker than the other ones, but very cool still. Like I said it before, I'll say it again. Could never have too many Rey Mysterios. The guy has so many looks, so many masks, so many different color attires, and he's definitely one of the greatest of all time. He's still going today. You know, size doesn't matter to this guy. He's been the world champion. He's won like everything. He's won the Rumble. Like, this guy is one of the greatest of all time, if not in the top 10, top 20 of all time, in my opinion. So there's Rey Mysterio. Another awesome look. And we're getting towards the end here. We only have 4 left. Next up, we got another awesome figure. Ultimo Dragon in the red. I did want to get the one in the blue, but I just could never find it. But when I saw this one, I couldn't pass it up. Ultimo Dragon. He just screams, "Here comes the pain" to me. The video game. Yeah, just awesome looking guy. Unfortunately, what I remember from him the most is him entering WrestleMania and almost slipping on his cape, unfortunately, but he's still a badass. I mean, he's a legend in Japan and everything, so very cool to have Ultimo Dragon in the collection. All right, 3 left. Let's go with this one. This one was a really awesome get. We got Raven with the Punisher shirt. Very, very nice. It's a Titantron, but it's one of the best Titantrons you can probably get. I believe this is a Sunday Night Heat figure. It came in a Sunday Night Heat box. Very happy to have the shirt wrapped around the waist there. A lot of people probably ripped that off or played with it and it got ripped. Who knows? But He does have a few marks on his chest, so this probably was played with, but it's still in very good shape. Finally have Raven in the collection. Yeah, just an awesome figure to have. He might have had a Ruthless style figure in the classic line, I'm not too sure, but he even has like the color in his hair and everything, so very, very cool. Raven. What about me? What about Raven? Very cool. And two more. Next, we have Titantron Hulk Hogan from that 3-pack with Edge and Kurt Angle. Believe it or not, this is probably the only Jakks Hogan I have in my collection. I would love to get a Ruthless body style Hulk Hogan, but I just cannot find one for a decent price anyways. So a buddy of mine hooked me up with that 3-pack. I mean, it was a 2-pack basically, but yeah, just awesome. Finally happy to have Hogan in the Jakks collection. Face scan is perfect. They use this face scan a lot for his future figures. Yeah, just, I know it's a Titantron, but I'm still very happy to have this because Jakks Hogan is like one of my most sought after figures. So yeah, there's Hogan looking real nice. And the last figure we're gonna look at today is an awesome Ruthless Aggression era ECW Sandman figure. It's in pretty great shape actually. His shirt isn't worn out or anything. Pretty awesome. Warning there on the back of the shirt. I think this is from the ECW line too. I'm not too sure. Let me know in the comments. He does come with his oh god, what are these called? Kendo stick. It's a little bit warped, unfortunately, but it's still pretty awesome. I gotta maybe get a beer to put in his other hand, but yeah, man, Sandman, great figure. We did have a Sandman Deluxe Aggression, but he was just way too big. And the Deluxe, like I said before, Deluxe figures only are good for me if they're a big guy. If they're not a big guy, they're kind of stupid in my opinion. But yeah, here is the last figure we're gonna look at today, Sandman. Great looking figure. I still have to watch his Dark Side of the Ring episode, so gonna check that out eventually. But yeah, there it is, folks. Part 6 of the Jakks Specific Collection. Hopefully I can make a part 7 in the future, but don't hold your breath. These figures are starting to become very hard to get. And yeah, I don't really see them too often, and when I do, people are asking stupid prices for them, even loose, beat up ones. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this part 6. Hopefully part 7 comes in the future. I thank you all for watching. If you liked it, like the video, subscribe, and hopefully I can bring another one out for you guys in a month or so. But thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.